What's up, world? Welcome to a new episode of the BrandonJaneauShow. As you know, I am Brandon Janeau, and shout out to everybody that's been listening, watching, commenting, following, man, subscribing, man. I appreciate all you guys. Appreciate it, man. I hope you guys been enjoying these episodes. I'm kind of getting back into the swing of things with the podcast, man. If you know anything about me, if you listen to any of these shows, you know that I've been, I battle depression, I battle anxiety, I battle a lot of that. So I'm finally getting back, and I appreciate that, man. I appreciate you guys. Uh, excuse me. Following, subscribing, commenting, and again, Brand New Show on podcast platforms everywhere, all podcast platforms. Uh, you can go and also, uh, you know, go to my YouTube channel, Brand New Show, and subscribe to it. Also, comment and do all those amazing things. And I would definitely hit you guys up and tell you guys how I feel about things. And I appreciate you guys for even doing that. Also, social media platforms on TikTok and Instagram, Brand New Show on TikTok as well. Hope you guys enjoyed that. And like I said, podcast platforms, rate, review, comment. Tell me what you guys like about the show, what you don't like about the show. Tell me what's a topic that you wish that I would talk about, anything like that, man. I will definitely again try to get back to you guys as fast as I can, get back into doing this as quick as I can, and yeah, and thank you again, like I said, and let's get it, let's get into it. All right, so usually, hold on, excuse me. Usually I got my fan off, but it's too hot right now in this goddamn room, so I'm gonna have to put this bitch back on. Anyway, sorry about the noise if it does make noise. So sorry about the noise, but it's too damn hot. Anyway, so about to, tonight I am doing something. It's a new series that's coming to YouTube and audio, but it's not a new series that I've done for the Brand Janeau Show. It is always I usually do this. It's always reserved for my social media, particularly my Instagram lives. I do this every month, and it's called Point of View or Random Shit. Now, usually, like I said, I usually do this on Instagram Live. It's usually an Instagram Live thing I do every month, closing out the month. But I forgot September. I'm gonna be honest. I forgot completely September month. I forgot. Slipped my fucking mind. Like I said, I was going through a depression at that time, so it completely slipped my fucking mind. I wasn't really trying to do podcasts like that. But I am back, and I decided to just say fuck it. Let's do it for so. Let's do it on the podcast. Let's physically do it for the podcast. It will be in audio and YouTube, of course, tonight. And I probably would do this more so now. I'm gonna try to do more Instagram lives later, but for right now, this just feels more common use. And eventually, I was going to do this. I was going to put this point of view of random shit on a podcast on audio, but it just felt more like I just needed to do it on Instagram because I wanted to give somebody, I wanted to do more lives, kind of, but being seen on Instagram is not my shit. I don't like being on social media that much uh, at all, to be honest with you. But um, but I have a social media because I gotta do the podcast, man. You gotta promote it somehow, some way. And so tonight I'm doing the first audio point of view, a random shit. And the first person, I usually do this again on Instagram, so I've done it a lot on this person, but it's the first time that I'm going to literally do a whole show about this person because we need his ass to come step up and actually say what the fuck is going on. If you don't know who I'm talking about, you know who I'm talking about. Kanye West. Mr. West. Whatever the fuck you want to call him. That dude. Yeah. Yo ass, come on down. Like I've said, I have nominated him a couple of times from since the beginning of last year when I started doing it on Instagram till now. I've literally had this dude for what the fuck were you thinking for like 3 to 4 months. From like January to like April. He was like, the what the fuck are you thinking? And he's a random. Well, he's obviously one of the most random picks always. He's just always the guy. But I wanted to do a special episode for him. I was like, you know what? Let's wrap this all in a bow and a ribbon. Because it might be my last time. Here's the thing. This is going to be my last time talking about Kanye West to me personally for the podcast. He's gonna do some more antics. He's gonna do some more fuck shit, and people are gonna get into an outrage and talk about it. I will not, because I truly just don't give a fuck about dude. But people have talked about this shit, and what he's been saying recently and doing recently is what I want to talk about, because I want to talk about particularly what I've always felt is that mental health is becoming a commercial product, and nobody really is trying to tap in and have a real conversation with this man. You just rather say he's crazy, he's going through an episode, get him some help. But when the person is literally sitting here saying, when you don't have the right to give him some help because he is still in his all his faculties, pretty much mental faculties, you can't get him help, right? I speak about my life and I speak about my mental health. I just literally opened the show saying I've been going through depression. I've been going through anxiety. This is what I deal with. I have been, um, I have bipolar depression, level 2, where that shit lingers for weeks on end. And so to me, seeing this dude, yes, he had a mental breakdown in 2016, I think, 2016, 2017. Went into a 5150 holding mental health hospital, and as soon as he comes home, he then says, I'm off my meds. This is the real me. And people thought this motherfucker's crazy. Like, what the fuck? Like, this motherfucker's crazy. Like, get him help. And y'all been screaming at, and I wanted to put that perfectly on the date. Y'all been screaming at since 2016, 2017. He's crazy. Get him some help. Give him some meds. Like, I've been saying this for a while, but as a person that has also said that has medication for his mental, that shit don't do nothing. I need you to understand what I mean by that. That shit don't do nothing. I have taken pills for years since I was diagnosed with anxiety, depression. I have taken pills. I can speak from somebody that has been on pills and that has been off pills. When you're on them, they really don't do shit. All they do is knock you the fuck out. You're asleep for most of the fucking time. Now, that's cool. That's okay to some. But the reason why you're asleep for most of the time because it has to, y'all know, chemical imbalance. The pills need to work and get your body under the now regiment of the pills. So it kind of feels like I'm sleep a lot. This shit don't do nothing. So for the first, I don't know however long you probably would take them, but like for the first couple of days, I say couple of days, maybe a week, your body is going through a trial, pretty much. It's trying to accept the new normal for you. And like I said, speaking as a person that took pills, that shit don't do nothing. To me, it doesn't do anything. So I understand what Kanye was saying that he's off the meds and shit, and this is the real him. What I don't understand is I understand why he's off the meds, because like I said, for somebody like Kanye that does Yeezus and he's got albums and he does all these fucking things, it's kind of easy for him to lose track of time. And then when you're now on pills that's knocking you out for hours on end, and you're so used to being a busybody and working so much, it kind of fucks up your morale a little bit, fucks up what you usually do for with your life. So I understand that. What I don't understand is the fact that you have this idea in your head that, now again, me personally, I can speak for me. The pills didn't do shit. It made me more aggressive, more angry because I was just sleeping my days away, and I didn't like that shit. Now I'm not saying I'm sitting here and have a job or some shit, but me being who I am, I'd rather be in control of my own faculties than to be sleep all day. And when I get up, I still got to deal with the same shit that I was dealing with that's supposed to knock me out. The pills didn't do shit to me. But I don't know what he's going through, and I don't know what he has to deal with when he goes through these situations. So I can't speak on it. But what I feel is that even though you want to claim, and people could sit here all day and say, "Well, he's on the fence. Y'all need to get him some help." All these things, but it's just like, bro, that's why I got the problem with people using mental health as a crutch nowadays, because mental health has become the new norm, and that's cool. I love the fact that mental health has become now a real talking point. The problem with mental health becoming a real talking point is that now motherfuckers can say I'm mentally unstable. That is why I act like an asshole. No, you're never. No, 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 no. You're not gonna say you're mentally unstable when you've been acting like an asshole for a decade. That shit don't make sense. That don't match. Like that shit don't make fucking sense. You've been jumping on stages since '07 when motherfucker didn't give you the award for video of the year for Stronger. Like I remember you jumping on stage at like I think the MTV Europe Awards and saying some shit like, "Yo, this fucking video costs like $1 million, bro. Like, are you fucking serious? I'm not winning this shit." It was, and 2 years later, he did it again, and that was the most infamous time he did it when he jumped on stage on Taylor Swift. Now it's okay that he has these moments, but my problem with this shit is that now that it's become the new norm, is that we take him and just act like, oh, he's just going through mental health breakdown. We need to get him some help, and then nobody gets him no help. So now to me, it feels like it's calculated. It feels like what he's doing is becoming a manipulator. Excuse me, because too many people would rather say, oh, he's just going through a mental breakdown than to actually get his ass some fucking help. And that is the problem. That is where I got a problem with this shit. And I feel like this also when it comes to Kanye. I feel like Kanye isn't that mentally ill. You can't be that mentally ill when you sign. And I know a lot of people are gonna be like, that didn't make no sense. No, you can't be that mentally ill and sign your company to a brand like Adidas, but keep your royalties to your clothing brand. 100% royalties. This motherfucker owns Jesus. Now I don't know what the contract is now. He probably switched it up. I don't fucking know. I'm not a you know I ain't in that man business like that. But I'm pretty sure when you sign a deal to Adidas and you still have 100% ownership and rights to what you particularly want to put out and create to a company like Adidas, that's massive. That's a massive fucking thing. You wasn't crazy when you signed that deal. You wasn't crazy when you partnered up with the Gap. So why is it like why do y'all want to throw crazy out there when he has these episodes? And I don't understand that shit. I think dude is just he's one of those guys that and fans are gonna defend Kanye regardless. I need to say that fans are gonna defend Kanye regardless, and I think it's three with this situation that's going on. I'm a podcaster, so I have to eventually tap into it when I get bored and I have nothing to talk about. I ain't got nothing to talk about. So I gotta tap into this, but I feel like it's three sides. I think it's three things that people are really defending this situation for, or even talking about the situation for. One reason is because you're just a devoted Kanye West fan. You don't think that nothing this man does is wrong. You're gonna defend him to the very end. That's cool. I understand that shit. I cannot disagree with you. Do you? Because I am not that type of guy. I can literally see bullshit and see bullshit. Like I'm not gonna say you're gonna make bullshit all pretty. No, it's bullshit. That's shit. You can't make shit pretty. Shit is shit. Second, either a blogger or you do what I do. You're a podcaster. You either talk about the shit or you leave it the fuck alone. You don't even want to care about it because it's like this motherfucker does this shit so much that you don't even care no more. That is like a thing. And thirdly, you either do what he does and you support him in that. So like to see him who has been riding Diddy's dick for like at least a couple years and saying Diddy's the reason why I want to be like Diddy and Diddy inspires me. And then when Diddy tells you some shit, it goes on a Breakfast Club and says, "Listen, I'm always defend Kanye West. I always will defend Kanye West. I love Kanye, but what he did in Paris with them T-shirts, a little bit tone deaf." And then you go on and text this man and post the text messages you guys had on social media and literally say, "Nigga, fuck you. You the feds." I can't even keep a straight face because when I saw that shit, I bust out fucking laughing. I was like, God damn. And this is supposed to be the nigga inspiring you. This is supposed to be the nigga you tried to be like and trying to be like. And you literally tell this nigga, fuck you. You the feds. God damn. Nigga, what? Damn. Now, I don't fuck with Diddy either. I don't like that nigga at all. I think Diddy's a hoe. But like, but like, god damn, bro. Like that nigga was you. Like I said, you was like last couple of years, you and Diddy been tight as shit, and you just tell this nigga straight to like in a text, "Nigga, fuck you. You the feds." God damn, bro. Like I was like, shit, this nigga don't give no fucks. But that goes to show you that for somebody like that, and that goes into my other point when it comes to Kanye, he has no real friends. I think I don't really think he has a real support system. Now I could be wrong, but anytime you see your friend, your friend, your brother, somebody that you truly love and truly care about, like a Kanye West, fuck the money, fuck the bottom line, fuck the financial situations. You got to get this man some fucking help if you believe that and if you feel that way. Because if you're a real friend, you don't want to see your friend go down a road where this doesn't end well. Either he does something that fucks everybody financially, or he does something that fucks everybody. And I mean, he's not here anymore. Fucked everybody, and we don't know what he's going through. But I think as a friend of Kanye, you gotta jump out there and do something, man. Because if you care about this man, like y'all say y'all do, you would not let him do this shit to himself. Where every time he comes up, every time he has to promote something, this shit pops off, which is why I say he's a master manipulator. So every time he has to promote something or something has to come up for him, he quickly throws out these things. And it's just like, we pay, okay, I pay attention, not because I give a fuck, only because I laugh to see how many people are going to defend him. Because you still defend a person and I don't really think there's a lot of black people that is actually trying to defend Kanye. That's just my thought process. I see this shit and I don't really think it's a lot of black people defending Kanye anymore. I think it's mainly like I said, you had to already be really just you just had to really love, you know, Kanye as a black person to really defend him still. Because I don't really see that many black people defending him still. Because I think you kind of now got to the point where you kind of cool with you're cool on the antics. You kind of know now what the antics is. And I think a lot of people have gotten to the point where Kanye, they like, "Hey, my nigga, just drop your music and drop your shoes. You can keep the shirts. You can keep the shirts because I don't know what the fuck you're gonna be writing on the shirts. But give me the shoes and give me the music, and nigga, we can move on. We can keep it pushing because I do not give a fuck. And I think that's the thing. I don't think he has a real support system. I don't think he really has those friends. I don't think he really has those people anymore in his corner. And nobody ever, you could get mad and you could say this shit all the time, but his ex-wife held his ass down. She defended everything that motherfucker did. Y'all can sit here and bitch and moan and complain, but Kim defended everything that motherfucker did. She went to war with people because of this dude. And it's just like, and people can sit here and say, well, she's supposed to. He gave her a career, which I don't know what the fuck that means. But do you not think that he learned something from her and her mom too? Like, think about that. Like he's around them. He's seeing them become success off of literally nothing. Their success has come from attention, and that's all. And the way they got successful is by being more seen in the open. Kanye was a very private person at that time when he got with Kim, and he becomes very open to the public. I mean, he still had his times, but he was more open in the time frame that they got together than any time. So, and that actually propelled his career even more because he was a big artist, but you didn't really know a lot of shit about Kanye. Let's be real. Did you know a lot of shit about Kanye during that time frame? Probably not. Then he got with Kim, and you probably was just like, holy shit. Like, holy shit. And that's the thing. They both learned something from each other. But I think he doesn't have a real friendship with anybody. Because if you could go at Diddy, who you're supposed to be inspired by, you see a lot of these situations disposable for you. And if that's the case, then I don't think you really give a fuck about a lot of people's situations. And that is the case, then you don't have real people that you can turn to and actually have real conversations with. And that's a scary ass situation for somebody that moves and thinks like a Kanye West that doesn't have a real person that he could zone out and could talk to, because then that easily leaves you to what I believe, and that is you being more influenced than influential, which a lot of people scream he's very influential. But again, he's very influential when it comes to music. The rest of the shit, I don't really know about that. Musically, okay, maybe. Yeah, musically, okay, I give you that. He's one of the greatest producers of all time. I easily give you that. Him, Dr. Dre, Timbaland, like great producers, incredible. Pharrell, the Neptunes. There's nobody better than these producers. When it comes to music, he's one of the most influential people I can ever say. But I think he's also very easy to influence. If you actually look at a lot of times that he's become this guy. Go look at all of his career. Look at the time frame of when he was really the pro black guy. Go look at the pro black guy, right? When they dropped the college dropout, late registration, graduation albums, he was pro black, right? Who was he around at that time? Common, Talib Kweli, Most Def, like a lot of pro black people, man. A lot of pro black people. And then you hear him say on Drink Champs, I was around a lot of backpack rappers. That's why I took their swag and kind of just did their shit because I knew I could reach more people with it. And when you say some shit like that, it's kind of obvious. I think that at the end of the day, man, when you see something like that and he says I'm pro black only because of the people I was around, because I knew I could get my music reach to other people that way. Then you go into the time frame, like I said, when he got with Kim, that's when he was trying to be the fashion guy, and she was kind of like his 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 dummy, kind of. Like, I don't know what to say with fashion. I'm not a fashion person like that, but that's kind of how he started using his fashion connects and shit. It started feeling like he had to be a fashion guy. So, and that's who he got influenced by. And Chris, and you got to be an individual person. You got to be more open to the public. You got to do more shit. And that's when he became more open and more out there for the people to see. And then you flip it into now where he's at now in this industry. And maybe people could say, well, right now he's getting influenced by, let's say, a Candace Owens. Now, I don't know that much about Candace Owens, other than she's just as fucked up in the head when it comes to black people as anybody. You know, you say you love the culture and then you just turn your back on the culture. That's kind of weird. You turn your back on your own community. You look just like all of us, and you want to say kind of like fuck black people. That's kind of weird to me. But if he's really getting influenced by her, then that makes sense because it seems like he's an easy person to influence. All you got to do is throw him the same rhetoric he wants people to hear him say. And then he's got the platform, he'll just go do it. And I think that's what it is, man. I don't think Kanye is crazy at all. I think he's got his times where he's mentally. And if he is crazy, then y'all need to go get this motherfucker checked for being schizophrenic. Cause he got too many fucking personalities, man. He's either the pro black guy or he's just, you know, this guy that we see every time nowadays. And I think more so he's more of that guy. He's been that guy. I think people always listen. One of my favorite rappers, I've said it numerous times on my podcast. Matter of fact, my next Life and Times with Music will be his album 2014, Forest Hills Drive, J. Cole. J. Cole puts out a song called False Prophets. Everybody is now replaying this clip on social media. It's everywhere. J. Cole, the first verse of this song he literally talks about Kanye West and talks about what he's seeing Kanye West do and how he is feeling about it. And he literally speaks on it. Again, what he says in his song is literally like, you know, all the money in the world, and you're starting to become now the person you truly was all along. Damn, what happened? Maybe that's my fault for idolizing a nigga based on the words that he's rapping. But come to find out, these niggas don't even write these shit. Hear a new sound bubbling up, then they bite the shit. Damn. That's what I get for lying to myself. But fuck it. What's worse is crying? He crying out for help while the world's egging him on. I'm begging him to stop it. Playing his old shit. Knowing he won't top it. False prophets. That's Kanye. It's like he has nobody in his corner. So anybody that comes around and tries and just tells him, hey, you're great. You're the greatest to ever do it. You should do this now. You should say it like this now. You should believe in this now. And you see he runs with it. And it's like I said, I wasn't a super huge Kanye West fan, so I don't have no dog in his fight. I would never wear Yeezus. I wasn't a super Adidas guy, but yeah, I'm not a super huge Kanye fan, and I've never been. I'm kind of happy I wasn't because then I'd be blinded by this shit. No, not one. So I'm a huge Wayne fan. I'm like, nah. Some of the shit Wayne be doing, I'm like, nah, nigga, I don't. I can admire your music, and I think this is another point where I'm about to get into. When is the time that we're gonna start to realize that maybe, just maybe, we gotta separate the art from the person? And I get it. A lot of these dudes make very personal music, and it makes you feel like that's who they are, and you feel like you got a connection to that person. But how many people have we heard since then that have had some fucked up shit come out, and we still like, I don't know, I might fuck with the music still. That is the thing. I'm starting to feel like we're gonna have to do that with Kanye eventually. Whereas like we're gonna love the art that this man does, but the person, fuck him. We don't care that much. And I think that that's what it's starting to come. Now, get into it all. At the end of the day, what all about how I feel about Kanye in a whole, and what I feel about what's going forward for him as in his career. Kanye's gonna do something. He's gonna apologize eventually. Everybody's gonna be right back on his dick, talk about how he's the greatest, and you're gonna pretty much forget about it. What I feel that has happened though is that his new comments being anti-Semitic is going to fuck him very badly. And it's already started. The banks are pulling away from him. Like they're telling him to take his fucking money out the bank that he was supposedly in. You don't piss off Jewish people. I think you pretty much should know that. That's like the first rule of like life, probably. Like especially if you in that profession of music and entertainment, you don't piss off Jewish people. I'm pretty sure that's like the first thing you sign when you get in this into a position. It's like, don't piss off Jewish people. That is it. Like everybody else, okay. Now the banks are pulling away from him. It's other shit coming. I saw him today. I guess he was saying some shit about how, he doesn't say sorry. He doesn't feel sorry for what he said because the entertainment world owes him shit. And it's like, bruh, this is going to end bad for you. You have no idea how bad. And I think that's the problem. And this isn't some you could apologize to black people because you did the White Lives Matter shirts. To be honest with you guys, I don't really give a fuck about the White Lives Matter shirts. The reason why, one, his kids are half white. I could care less. Second, you've been had those shirts in product for months. You don't just print up a fucking shirt with the Pope's picture in the front and white lie. Kanye West is a fucking egotistical, self-centered son of a bitch. I'm pretty sure that he had the stitching the right way, he had the words spelled the way he wanted them to be spelled. He did certain things to get that shirt the way he wanted to get it this shirt done. So for months, maybe year, you've had this shirt idea in your head and you've been waiting to put this shit out for a while. You just didn't know when. And you did it the right way. I'm gonna tell you why he did it the right way. Because if you did that shit in New York or LA, they would have fucked you up right then and there on site. The fact that you did it in Europe with Paris Fashion Week, you did it the right way. Reason why I said that is because we have now known Europeans don't fuck with black people. It's been very fucking highly documented. And you did it the right way because you did it completely the fuck out this country. Congratulations. Now, you're fucking stupid if you didn't think that we live in a world right now where social media, phones can be tracked anywhere and they can post it any fucking where. You don't always need Wi-Fi to post some shit. And that is where he kind of fucked up. Because if you're going to do this, I don't know if he was trying to get fucked up in this situation or what, but you don't do a surprise fashion show, which is again, people didn't understand that he actually that was a surprise fashion show. Nobody knew he was doing one until he got there and was like, "We're doing a fashion show," and this is the thing you presented. Okay, but I don't care about the White Lives Matter shirts because at the end of the day, he did exactly what he wanted to do. When you know your fan base, you know your fan base is either really pro-black or really fucking conservative. You know this. So you just did what you knew would get one side happy and the other side pissed. It's a very simple thing. He does this so much now that you can easily count it. The reason why I'm not mad at this shit is because, like, again, I'm not a super huge Kanye West fan. I could care less. When this man literally went on TMZ a couple years ago and said slavery was a choice, Harriet Tubman did not free the enslaved, all of this shit, and y'all still was like, that's fucked up. Yo, when the life of Saint Pablo dropping though? We need that album. This nigga literally just dropped an album, and you niggas are like, all right, we cool with that. Like that's it. This is why I feel like this motherfucker get away with certain shit because it's just like he gives you music and you shut the fuck up. It's like that's what the problem is. There it is. Like, and that's why I was like, I care less because at the end of the day, he's just gonna give y'all motherfuckers music and y'all gonna shut the fuck up. And he just gave y'all a song, and I haven't seen so many. I didn't see people really talk about the song. He just dropped a new song where he's dissing Drake, I think, and Lil Baby, Future, and all. Let me talk about them in the song. It's called War, I think. I don't fucking know. I didn't really listen to it. I saw the lyrics of it, and it looked scattered. It was like it looked scattered as fuck. But for people to get mad at him for doing the White Lives Matter shirts is like literally getting mad at him for dropping Yeezus that's too small. Like, it's part of who he is now. This is what the fuck he does. I'm not surprised anymore. Or dropping an album and saying it's not finished yet, and he's gonna go re-up it 2 weeks straight. It's like this is what the fuck he does now. Tell you a release date for an album, and then the damn release date comes, and he doesn't drop the album until like a month or two later. It's like, what the fuck? This is what the fuck he does. This is what he does, man. At the end of the day, Kanye knows who his audience is. As long as y'all continue to give him the money, the attention, the platform, and just straight up y'all time, he's gonna continue to do shit like this. Because he always knows that's his ace up the sleeve. Y'all gonna get mad, he's gonna apologize by dropping some music or dropping some new Yeezys, and y'all are gonna forgive him. Because it's too much shit going on in this world for y'all to stay mad at this crazy son of a bitch. It's too much shit going on for y'all to continue to be mad at this motherfucker. And I think that's what his plan is. His plot is always that. Essentially, you guys are just gonna forget about it. And that's the thing. How do I feel about Kanye West, man? At the end of the day, this is the this is the most poetic fuck up career I've ever seen in my life. You pretty much used people to stay relevant, to get relevant, and then when you got relevant, you kind of just dismissed them and treated them like they didn't matter anymore. Which is why you are in the position you're in now, where a lot of people that you have in your life are kind of disposable to you. And that is a scary feeling, like I said. I don't even, I feel, I can't even say I feel sorry for him because I don't feel sorry for him. I feel fucked up for the fans that love him so deeply. That's what I feel sorry for. I feel empathy for y'all. Because when you love somebody like that, that he drops music and you guys are just praising him and calling him a god and all these things, he's Jesus to you. And for somebody like me, he's just Kanye West and he's an artist and this is what the fuck he does. He does entertainment. I don't expect him to know what's the next fucking step when it comes to the Ukraine trying to join NATO, which could create a World War III. I don't expect him to know this shit. I expect him to create some really good fucking music. I expect that. I expect that. Some of you expect him to even drop some fire ass shoes. Y'all expect that. But I expect it's what I've gotten. I've never been a super huge Kanye West fan, and that is why I've never been a super huge Kanye West fan. Because y'all get sucked in so fast to a situation that y'all are so blinded by that y'all would defend him to the very end, even when he's telling you to your face, I don't need your fucking support. Fuck your feelings. Fuck your support. He's telling you to your face, fuck your feelings, fuck your support. And yet, y'all like, but he ain't talking to me though. He ain't talking to me though. And it's like, then who the fuck you talking about? Because I ain't listening to that nigga like that. It's okay to defend your childhood. It's okay to defend your memories. What is not okay is for you to continue to think your childhood and your memories hasn't grown up or evolved into something that even you cannot deny isn't what the fuck you thought. It's fucked up when your dreams become your nightmares. I get it. And that motherfucker who y'all believed in and dreamed that was one of the greatest to ever do it, and he's a pro black guy and he believes so much in us, that fucker is about to turn his own reality into a nightmare if he hasn't all fucking ready. BrandonJaneau, I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.